Welcome back, guys, to the channel. Today I'm going to be giving my thoughts on the Open Championship that took place last week at Royal Liverpool. Brian Harman became the third left-hander to win the tournament after Bob Charles and Phil Mickelson. He put in a brilliant performance, 13 under par, not around even par or more, shot 4 under, 6 under, 2 under, 1 under. He did very well regarding the circumstances, and I just thought he put in a very consistent performance. So he dealt with the conditions very, very well. Harman did. I think he played fantastically, and I do definitely think now that he is going to be, like I said with Wyndham Clark before at the US Open, I think we're going to see him in contention a lot more now. Bearing in mind, I think he's had at least, I think it's about 20 top 10 finishes, I think, something like that, since 2017, because it's only his third victory on tour. His last victory came in 2017 at Wells Fargo, so he's not a prolific winner. He's not won that much, so this will definitely mean a lot to him. He was, I think, 20th in the world before the tournament began at Royal Liverpool. Now he's up to number 10 in the world, so I do definitely think he's going to be on that US Ryder Cup team in Italy this year. He'll definitely be a part of that. And like I said with Wyndham Clark, I think Harman's definitely going to be in a lot more contention now than he did before. I don't think he's had many fantastic finishes at majors. I think he came tied for second at the US Open a few years ago. I think about 6 years ago, 7 years ago, something like that, maybe 5. So he hasn't really been that prolific in majors, but this performance at the Open Championship, I think no one really thought he was going to win. I think most people were looking towards McIlroy or maybe Tommy Fleetwood after their performances in Scotland the week before. I think McIlroy was definitely going to be a clear favourite after his win in Scotland, but McIlroy still did very well, 6 under par. He said he's happy with his game at the minute. But I think there is one person who we also need to talk about, and that is Matthew Jordan. He's been a member at Royal Liverpool since the age of 7 years old, and it was really good to see him get the first tee shot, and the crowd was definitely behind him all weekend. He did brilliantly to finish. I think it was 4 under par he finished. I think it was just outside the top 10. So, and he's going to be qualifying. He's qualified for next year's Open Championship as well at Royal Troon. So you never know, you could see him in contention there. So what can we see in the future of like Brian Harman and that? So he's 36, Brian Harman, so he's not exactly been around for a short period of time. He's been around for a while. He's been a bit under the radar, really, because no one would have... Well, he was quite known, I think, but no one would have known him as well after he's won the title. Yeah, people will know about him more now because obviously he hasn't really won that much, but now I think this is his big moment in his career. It's a massive step up for him now because after that Open Championship, he's going to have a much higher profile and more people are going to know and follow him a lot more. So they'll be hoping to see him a lot more on top of the game of golf, and I think that'll be the case. Now he's in the top 10 in the world, I think he will be in a lot more contention and potentially win maybe another event in the next year, a couple of events. I think he will definitely have a spot in the Ryder Cup, and I think he will in the next few years as well. I think he is going to be... He's not exactly like a breakthrough star, an up-and-coming, but I do think he's going to reach a new level for him. That's what I think, because obviously he's not been like the elite... he's not part of like the elite kind of American golfers like you see with like Scotty Scheffler, Colin Morikawa. He's not really been at that level for the same period of time as them, but I think now, I think it is his time. I think he's still got a lot to prove. To be fair, 36 is not an old age in golf, because most golfers tend to play to their 50s and that, don't they? So he's not like... I think he's somewhere in like the mid-stage of his career where he could be in his prime. Because I think when you get to like maybe like 40, 45, golfers tend to like fall off a little bit, but still do quite well. So I think Harman's at the kind of perfect time in his career with it, really, at that kind of age, like 30s and that, to get that prime sorted. Because if you're in your early stages, you'll get better and better. But I think Harman's at the moment now where he can be at his peak for this time and keep going as well as he can. So I think Brian Harman really deserved that Open Championship victory. Anyway, that is my quick review of the Open Championship. I will see you next time in the next video.